Chip of the day. Everybody loves chip of the day. This one's a real special one. It is an MSGEQ7. I bet you've never seen that one before. Very strange part. What is it? It is a 7-band graphic equalizer, okay? And it's not exactly, it doesn't do the equalization, it just does the measurement part of things. So let's look at the data sheet first. Let's start here. So it's an 8-pin device. You're going to go, well, 8 pin? You can't do anything with 8 pins. This is ridiculous, right? And so we will see what this does. It takes the spectrum on the input. So it takes analog input, and then it has 7 bandpass filters inside of the part. And then it will measure the amount of power in each of these bands. It will then be able to transmit those as analog values, okay? So you're going to say, how does that work? The analog signal comes in, it runs through an anti-aliasing filter, then it runs through a bunch of bandpass filters. 63 hertz, 160, 400, 1 kilohertz, 2.5, 6.25, and 16K hertz. And then, so now it has those values, but it needs to remember them. So it has a whole bunch of peak detectors that catches the power of each one, and then it sends that voltage, that peak voltage, it sends it out through a multiplexer, an analog multiplexer, okay? So, really, really weird. It's a digital filter, so it needs a clock in order for it to do its internal thing. So how do you hook it up? This is all you need. The data comes in through, voltage comes in through a capacitor, so you capacitively couple it in. That's your AC signal, you know, 0 to 1 volt type of signal. There's a power and ground. There's a bypass here on pin 6. And then I told you it needed a clock in order to operate. Well, it has its own clock generation. So you put in a 200K and a 33 picofarad, and it generates its own clock, okay? So that's all you need to have there. And then it outputs a voltage. And you go, what? But it's going to be, how do you do this? It's very complicated. So the reset pin, you can reset the part. And then what you do is you strobe the part with clocks. And when the first time after a reset, the first time you strobe it, you're getting the data from the 63 hertz filter. And then you clock it. Now you're getting the data from the 160 hertz filter, then the 400 hertz filter, then the 1K, 2.5, 6, 16, 60, and it repeats itself, 63 hertz, and goes on its merry way. All right? So once the data is valid, okay, this is an analog output. Once the data is valid, then you can read it. Read it with what? So you're going to have to need a microcontroller to use this thing, okay? And guess what? I've done that. So here is a graphic equalizer display of the frequency that we're inputting. So it's peaking on one of those there. Here's the little part. Doesn't take many extra components. I'm using a ESP32 chip with built-in display. It's called the TTGOT display. And yeah, let's move the camera a bit here. You're in the way. Okay, so right now I'm putting in 2 kilohertz. What was one of those filters? Go back and look. One of the filters was 400. So let me change the frequency to 400 hertz. Oops, that's 40 hertz. So it lit up that one. Let's see here. Frequency 400 hertz. There we go. So the third one over lit up. Okay. So it's really cool. It's amazing. Yeah, this is one of the strangest little chips I've ever seen, I think. I believe it's sold by SparkFun or somebody. I forget. I think I bought it on DigiKey. I think DigiKey has these. Yeah. The datasheet says 2004, so it's not that old. It says applications, portable stereos, car stereos, hi-fi stereos, spectrum analyzer. Spectrum analyzer, we've created a spectrum analyzer. Yay! A 7-channel spectrum analyzer. With not very good resolution bandwidth. You can see we kind of spill over. If you look at these curves, they're not very sharp. And so you're going to get a lot of bleed from peak to peak. But it is super cool. Yeah. Thanks goes out to ChatGPT for writing the code for me. I had it write some display code, and that worked flawlessly the first time. I said, just put in random data and create a bar graph, and it flawlessly the first time. And then I said, okay, well, I've got this weird chip. It's an MSGEQ7, and I need to control it. And wrote some code. Unfortunately, wrote bad code. It wrote code that was almost there. It almost got it right. Instead of the pulses doing high state pulses, it had them doing low state pulses, which are the opposite way. So all I had to do is flip the state of those up, and it worked after that. I tweaked it a little bit, but for the most part, ChatGPT helped me out. All right, there you go. Chip of the day, MSGEQ7. Yeah, a 8-minute video. It took me about 3 days to get it working. There you go.